So, yeah, we've now spent a few days in Morocco, and yeah, we learned a few hard lessons. So in this video, we want to just give you a brief overview of the few times where we have been ripped off badly. So yeah, you're prepared and don't suffer the same consequences as we did. So first of all, driving in Morocco can be a nightmare. If you booked a riad in Marrakesh and you have a car, getting even close to it might be difficult. So more or less during the entire day, the Medina is closed for cars, and yeah, you just can't enter it. But Google Maps is completely useless. So what you will have is quite a few people that will offer help, as it seems. But yeah, in the end, they just want to ask you for money, and they might even guide you in wrong directions where you actually don't want to go. So just make sure if you drive to some parking next to your riad, first check out where the old town is and find a route around it. And then, yeah, just use the shortest path through the parking lot. Even here, you will still have quite a few people that tell you that you're not able to enter or like not allowed to enter. But at the same time, yeah, as long as there's a parking lot nearby, you should be fine. And we passed quite a few people all the time that wanted to prevent us from getting into the parking. And in the end, everything was good. The second time is if you pay for parking, actually. There's a few parking lots here that end up not giving you any proof of payment. So, yeah, we had quite a few discussions with our parking lot that we already paid, and every time it was quite a hassle to get back out. So ideally, don't prepay for parking, just pay every day. It might be a bit more annoying, but at the same time, the chances of getting ripped off are lower. And yeah, if you're parking on the go, people might make use of you not knowing the currency well enough. So we have been given less change than we were actually supposed to get a few times. Yeah, just make sure to validate your change that you're getting back whenever you pay for parking. Otherwise, you will just double or triple pay. Not too bad. Like the parking lot where that happened to us was just 10 dirham, and we ended up paying 20 dirham, so about €2, or like $2 roughly. But yeah, not as a nice experience. Finally, the shopping here. Everyone will have very special wares, and they are, of course, way better quality than in all the other shops. But the prices here can fluctuate a lot. And in the end, it's up to you to find a valid price. A rough guideline here is that you should never pay like more than 50% of what you would pay in Europe. But even that might not really help because, yeah, the people here are experts in getting money from you. The entire markets are essentially only geared at tourists. So, yeah, that's what they will try and do. They will spot you. They will try and lure you into their shop. And there you will get a good price. And the good price is only good for them. In general, like walk around, see where you can actually spot signed prices. And yeah, compare quite a few shops, ask for the prices at the different shops, and don't hesitate to go further. Simple examples, we found some beautiful Moroccan plates, and in one shop they were sold for around 900 dirhams to 1,000 dirhams, and in a different corner you can find the more or less exact same thing for 200 dirham. So obviously quite a difference. Or the scarves here, they sell quite a few scarves. They go for as much as 200 in one place and then for 60 in another. In general, like if you don't compare prices, you will get ripped off badly. And yeah, the local tip we got is essentially go to at least 4 different stores and compare prices. And only after start to haggle a bit. Even with the lowest prices we got, we were still able to usually get a bit of a discount. So overall, you can get decent deals. I'm quite sure we still got ripped off even at the lowest prices. But yeah, in any case, that is something you should be aware of for the markets. Finally, when you arrive, also make sure to ask beforehand for all kinds of services offered. At the parking lot where we went to, they kind of pushed us into getting a transport for our suitcases, which we could have perfectly dragged along with us for the few hundred meters. But for just like 950 meters of bringing our suitcases in a cart, they ended up charging 300 dirham, so 30 euros. And yeah, as long as you don't clarify that ahead of time or simply reject the offer, you will end up completely overpaying for a very basic service that was not even asked for. So yeah, I think that's it, what we experienced so far. We have been very careful otherwise and managed to avoid a few other situations where I'm quite sure we would have been scammed. But yeah, those are the things I think you should be aware of before you visit Marrakesh and Morocco. And yeah, I hope this helps you not getting ripped off as badly as we got.